Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to another edition of LJH Productions. Today I thought I'd do something different. I'm going to do a countdown of my favorite kid shows growing up when I was growing up as a kid in the 90s. Yeah, I'm that old. But some of you may recognize some of these shows, some of you won't. So how we're going to do this is I'm going to roll the countdown, and after the countdown is over, I will go over the list of what I had in the countdown and explain them in the explain why they're in that number, and we will go from there. So that being said, let's get this countdown started at number 10.
Hold on to your seat, let's go for a ride. Now that we're here on the other side. Use your imagination and you'll understand. It's an adventure in Wonderland. Every day is something new, with music, rhyme, and a dance or two. It's a curious place with a wonderful crew, and you're never quite sure what they will do. Use your imagination, you'll understand. It's an adventure in Wonderland. Adventure in Wonderland. Adventure in Wonderland.
Castle Dracula, home for many centuries to a dreadful dynasty of vicious vampire ducks, the Counts of Dracula. Legend has it that these foul beings can be destroyed by a stake through the heart or exposure to sunlight. This does not suffice, however, for they may be brought back to life by means of a secret rite that can be performed once a century when the moon is in the 8th house of Aquarius.
Blood.
Are you getting? The latest reincarnation did not run according to plan.
In the heart of Transylvania, in the Vampire Hall of Fame, yeah, there's not a vampire than the other. He won't bite, beast the man, cause he's a vegetarian again, and things never run
Dracula.
If you're looking for some fun, you can always count upon the wild one they call
Dracula.
Count Dracula.
Viewer beware, you're in for a scare.
After 10,000 years, I'm free! It's time to conquer Earth!
Alpha, Reader's Escape. Recruit a team of teenagers with attitudes.
Go, go,
winning smile. I'm a living lesson in flair and style. Just can't help but stare at myself up there. That musical gecko, Roman, Greco, Rococo, Baroque, bebop, hip-hop, flip-flop. Somebody stop me! Pretty Viridian faces like mine. Don't come a dime a dozen. I'll stand out of the crowd. Babe, when they made me, yeah, they broke the mold. Wholesome and kind, state of their mind, totally out of my mind. Villains and ne'er-do-wells have never learned to decorate prison cells. Green dolls with anything if they ask me. Well, there's one last thing I got to sing about. Over to pride and really shout. Whoa, look out! This is the best. Okay.
The evil Kilo Khan lives inside computer circuits. With the help of Malcolm Frink, he creates megavirus monsters to attack electronic systems. Meanwhile, a freak accident turns Sam Collins into Servo. His friends join forces in their Samurai's attack vehicles. Together, they transform into the Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad.
Superhuman Samurai. Superhuman Samurai. They're gonna amp it up, kick some gigabutt. They're gonna rip it up. A hero always makes the cut. Superhuman Samurai. Superhuman Samurai.
It's showtime!
So explaining the list. So at number 10, I had Adventures in Wonderland. Now this was a show that I used to watch. Disney back in the day used to do free trials. This was back when it was on channel 98, at least in where I was from. And they would do free trials, and Adventures in Wonderland always would air. And I just remember watching it and loving it. And then it went in syndication and ended up on, I believe it was like Fox Kids on Saturday morning, so I got to catch it over there. It was a fun show. You know, there was always like a life lesson to learn between like friends and stuff like that, and you know, it was always a lesson of the day. And Alice would use Wonderland to solve whatever problem she was having in the real world that day, and you know, get advice and see how they could relate. So Adventures in Wonderland was an awesome show, one of Disney's best. Number 9 is Count Duckula. Now, Count Duckula used to air on Nickelodeon during like the Cruella Explains It All, Salute Your Shorts era. It would air like in between there, and I always just found it fun. You know, it was different. You know, while people were watching like Duckwing Duck, which I did watch, I was more of like Count Duckula and stuff like that, and I found the show very funny and entertaining. So Count Duckula was awesome. Number 8 is Goosebumps. Goosebumps I remember watching when it came out. I wasn't a big reader, and honestly, by watching Goosebumps, it did inspire me to read some of the books. Like my favorite episode was A Night in Terror Tower. And then I did go back and read the book of Terror Tower, which I really did enjoy, and the same thing with The Haunted Mask too. And Goosebumps was just a really, really fun, it was a fun watch. Like, you looked forward to it after school. It was like one of my go-to cartoons on Fox Kids. Number 7 is Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. You couldn't go wrong with Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I was on that bandwagon for a long time. Action figures, everything was Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Bed sheets, it all. And of course, I was on the Tommy Oliver bandwagon. Everything had to be green and White Ranger, no matter what. And then one of my first crushes came from Power Rangers. And no, it is not Amy Jo Johnson. It was Catherine. Catherine was my crush growing up. Loved her. Number 6. Now this is a fun cartoon. It's The Mask. When the cartoon of The Mask came out, I was a little older, but I still enjoyed watching it. It was a lot of fun. Funny. Didn't star Jim Carrey as the voice, but it really did like have movie elements to it. It was a great cartoon. Very, very funny. I really did enjoy it, and it was how I got to see it. It did air on Channel 2, I believe, but I remember watching it in syndication on Nickelodeon. Number 5 is Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad. Now, this was another one that was kind of like Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, except Sam Servo was stopping computer viruses from destroying the world that were being man-made by one of the bullies in high school, and with the help of a computer trying to think, with help of a computer villain by the name of Cubicon, they would create monsters, and Servo and his friends have to stop him. Cheesy, yes, but very, very, very fun. Number 4 is Beetlejuice. And I think if you were a kid in the 90s, you watched this cartoon. It was just Beetlejuice getting shenanigans and Lydia having to bail him out, whether it was like forgetting to pay rent or something stupid like just being an idiot, if you would say. You know, the cartoon was a lot of fun, and it's still one of the most popular cartoons today that people want to see. I actually own Beetlejuice, the complete animated series. I got that DVD not too long ago, and I do still watch it a lot, and It's just very fun. Number 3 is Thundercats. Now, Thundercats is just an awesome action cartoon. Like, if you didn't like Thundercats in my era growing up, you were, like, who were you? Like, nobody, like, you were, you know, this cartoon was, like, by girls, it was, like, by boys. It was a really fun cartoon, and I had the Sword of Omens, and I used to pretend to be Lion-O, and it was a lot, you know, it was fun. I had all the other figures, you know. Thundercats is just one of those shows where you had fun watching it. It was just a really, really good show. Number 2 is the real Ghostbusters. Now, I say real Ghostbusters, and I'll explain why in a second. So the real Ghostbusters is based off of Ghostbusters, Ghostbusters 2. Basically a continuation of the 2 movies. And the relationship with Slimer, how Slimer helps them bust ghosts. And, of course, Peter Venkman, his relationship with Slimer and how he doesn't understand how the other guys can like Slimer. It was just really fun, you know, and, you know, Peter Venkman still being Peter Venkman, like, sarcastic and funny. It was a great cartoon. I had all the figures and the slimes and the Ecto Cooler, High-C drink I used to get all the time, and the Ecto-1 car. I had it all. Was fanatic with the real Ghostbusters. Now, number 1 is Filmation's Ghostbusters. Now, it is a different series, and it came out before the real Ghostbusters, and it's about two guys taking over their father's business of, you know, getting rid of ghosts and zapping them back into a different world. And, you know, they have a main villain named Primeval, and they have to stop Primeval and all these ghosts from taking over the world. And it has a giant gorilla who can, you know, speak some but not much, and a talking car. I believe the car's name was Terry. And it was a lot of fun. And this came out before the real Ghostbusters, which Dan Aykroyd was able to copyright as the real Ghostbusters, and Filmation was able to keep their version. So, yeah, it was a great show. I really, really loved it. So, guys, that was my countdown. And I will be doing a part 2 to this, because I think I can come up with a lot more. I hope you all did enjoy this. If you did, give this video a massive thumbs up. Leave comments down below what your favorite cartoons were from your era. And I will see you all soon. And as they say in the movies, cue the lights.